I can't believe I'm saying it, but Jolteon is back. And maybe back is not even fair because I don't know if Jolteon ever really existed in the first place, at least this specific Jolteon. But in this meta, it's extremely powerful when paired with this card, Flareon EX. Flareon is great. I mean, I think we all remember this from the Eevee Grove set. 130 damage on Fire Spin is incredible. With the assistance of things like Eevee Bag and Red Card, this is one-shotting a huge portion of the meta. But the interesting thing about this deck is how Pichu and Jolteon pair really well with this to set up big plays. What you're able to do is have Pichu set up your cards, send that lightning energy back to the Eevees, and then you can go two directions. You can use Jolteon. Of course, if they have something like Oricorio, you can fight that. It can also KO most every baby it runs into because you are able to only flip a single heads to pick up those KOs. And it does annoying damage into all of these water decks. It only gives up a single point to your opponents if they're trying to fight with that Eevee. It's actually really hilarious. And then Flareon is just Flareon. It's kind of crazy how much damage this does and how quickly it does it. At times, it feels unbelievably broken. Enjoy some Flareon, Jolteon, Pichu, and with a little Sylveon nonsense. All right, we are starting here. Pichu. We could play both Pichus, I guess. Might as well. Just in case they do something weird. They've got Pikachu. Wow, Pokeball. We got a lot of basics here, guys. A lot of basics. There's the Eevee. We can't attack next turn with Flareon, right? Pikachu might zap us in an annoying way. I wonder what he's going to do. He could zap both Pichus, which would be pretty hilarious, but he might just zap like the EVX or something. They got a lot of cards. Zera. I could retreat and find a friend Eevee. That's not an impossible play for us, but I also could just power. Yeah, they're going for it. And they have two Zeras powered up. So the tricky part here is that could turn right into a... Well, I could hit with Jolteon here. Oof, there's a few ways to do this. I kind of want to just make the Jolteon play. Just because it's fun. This is a fun play. It might not be the right play, but it is the fun play. Two heads is good. Okay. That was a 50-50 right there. Now they can't get me with Pika EX. They can attack with Zera, though. Zera will do 50 damage. And now I have to power up my other Eevee. But now we're in a much better spot. Much better spot. Because as soon as this fire energy drops from this Jolteon, we're pretty chill here. Electrical cord. There is a possibility we get a KO here, but it's way less likely. Right? Do I hit the repel right now? Just in case we get the KO. I think we do. No discarded energy yet, right? Oof. Only one. Only one. We got the opposite of what we needed. We needed three, but we needed three heads, not three tails. They get one KO. We're going to go one right back the other way with Flareon. We should be in a pretty good spot here. We are going to hit Professors. Which gives us Professors and Sylveon. Okay. Now, I can't imagine there's anything they can put out that really shuts us down here except for Oricorio. So they have to get Oricorio and retreat into it right now. There's Pikachu. That won't do it. GG. Okay. I think maybe saving the Repel for the Ori play was the way to go there. But I was hoping to just not trigger the electrical cord into a Pika. However, I think we probably should just save the Repel for the Ori. All right, we are going second into a water deck. Could start Pichu. I could put Eevee down as well. I don't know if I want both of them. They start Froakie, which is one of their weaker starts, right? Unless they have an inflatable boat or a leaf to get Suicune into the active spot. You kind of don't want to start with your Froakie. Not your favorite start for a Suicune Ninja deck. Let's see if they can get that out of the active. If they can, that would be good for them. Bad for us, obviously, so I'm glad it didn't work out. I'm going to power here. I could put down the other Eevee right now. I'm just going to go ahead and correctly toss this little guy. They might be able to make a very fast ninja play. We'll see. They hit Professors right away. So we could have Greninja. You wouldn't want to keep it in the active, I don't think, just because I could KO it in one with Flareon. They go Frogadier. Oh, you don't see this too often. So they're going to get the KO on Pichu. Yeah. Well. Okay. Now, obviously, they can Greninja, hit the EVX, Cyrus. Like, they can make some plays like that, right? But, yeah. They could only hit it for 80, making that play. Obviously, they can't make that play at all once Frogadier's gone. I'm just trying to think of what they would be able to do with this. Eevee Bag gets us the Suicune in one. With Cape, I need red. Let's see what we get. They get Giratina. Okay. And other Suicune. A Repel here is an interesting play. But again, if they have no Cape, we're good. Okay, we're good. 130 plus the Eevee Bag gives us that additional damage. Attach the energy. Eevee Bag. We do an extra 10 damage. And we win. GG. GG, Suicune. Weird setup from our opponents. But the nice thing about Flareon is it does one-shot Suicune in a few different ways with this deck. Hey, this is the midway point of the video where I want to know from you, favorite deck from a previous meta that you used to love. Let me know in the comments. All right, we are starting Pichu here. We're going second. Going second, we could start Eevee. We could go for the Eevee play. The only problem is we might not be able to get our Flareon if we're running into a Oricorio on the other side, right? Considering it's lightning. Tapu Coco. Oh, this Tapu Coco too. I like it. All right. I cannot wait to see what this deck is on the other side. This looks really cool. Pokeball grabs us another Eevee. Or Pichu, to be fair. Yeah, it's our other Pichu. As soon as I said it, I was like, I know what's about to happen. Powering that Eevee. Unfortunately, I can't really hit it with the Sylveon. It's just, you know, the energy doesn't make sense. I can use Flareon EX for a KO, but if they have Oricorio in their deck, which I assume a Tapu Coco deck like this does, we're in a little bit of trouble, right? Professors, though, is a good card for us. We get the KO on the first Tapu Coco. I could find a friend right now because we're not in danger of being attacked. But I'm just going to take the KO. I'm going to get aggressive here. I'll use the prettier Flareon. So that's one. If they bring in Tapu Coco EX, they need a cape or they lose. So they have to basically bring in Tapu Coco, retreat it into Oricorio, and I need to get my Jolteon online. That would be the play. Zara. Gotta retreat into Zara now. Ooh, cape. Okay. They don't know, obviously, we have red, but cape does save them a turn. Without me having red. We do have red, so that's GG. I'm just going to use it so they can surrender if they want to. GG. Fire Spin. Very powerful, Flareon EX. This deck and the setup previously with Leafeon, like, Flareon is really strong. Alright, we're running into a grass deck. We have Eevee as our start, going second. We have Jolteon, Flareon here. Sylveon as well. This might turn into a Sylveon play. We'll see. Wonder what we're going to run into with grass. Ooh, it's a Beedrill deck. Let's go. That's cool. I feel like you don't get to see that too often. Alright, Beedrill. Rocky Helm, sure. Professors. They got some cards. Weedle. Alright. We get Repel, which we could use at some point. We're going to find a friend. They might disrupt our hand, but I can't do anything currently. I just have to use this. Jolteon can't be used. Flareon, it could be used, but we can't attack with it yet, so I might just end up Sylveon the active spot to get our cards. They hit me with a TRG. That's not the end of the world, really. With Flareon, it doesn't really matter too much, right? They hit the rare candy. Okay. I think I have to make this Sylveon, right? I could Pichu here. There are a couple ways to do this. So I could Sylveon, I could Pichu. I could Jolteon. Flareon survives a hit, but I lose energy. I think the play here... Well, I could Sylveon. It's tough. I could Sylveon to try to get another Eevee and then retreat. Let's see what we get. I think I'm going to Sylveon. Get an Eevee. This is my plan. Hopefully this is an Eevee and not Pichu. Okay. Sylveon. Get an Eevee. Retreat into Pichu. Power the other Eevee. Crackly Toss. And then next turn we can attack with Flareon, right? That's my thought. It seems to be an okay combo. Alright, alright, alright. You... We don't have red, but we do have the Eevee bags. The Sylveon, I mean, with so much card draw, we've got to get it at some point, right? I could get the energy from the discard here, but I don't see the point. We're going to do an extra 10 damage and an extra 10 damage. Giving us the one shot on the Beedrill EX. I think that's the go. That's the way to go. Now they could have another Beedrill EX, but it's going to take them a couple turns still. They've got to get it online and get energy on it. TRG. It misses. GG. If it hits, they have another turn. Without it, it's over. Yeah. Flareon does so much damage in one turn, dude. Going second, and we're starting with Pichu here. Let's see what they're playing. They are playing Charmander. Ooh, we got a Zard deck. Zard's pretty tanky. Can be tough to take down. The Ember does get a one-shot KO too, so without a basic, we just run into that unfortunate situations where we lose turn one. All right, let's see. We got our Eevee. Cool. Professors. Grabs us Pokeball and Pokeball. Wow. Asked for basics. We got them. Basics are us. They might have Stoke ready to go. All right. Correctly toss onto the Eevee. Next turn we could hit with Flareon for 130. 150 if they go Stoke Char. If they take the KO right here, they don't lose a ton, honestly, for doing it. If they're still trying to set up another Char, they don't have everything online. There's the Cleffa. I've seen this deck. I haven't played it yet. It's on my list. They might just retreat and draw with Cleffa. Let's see what they decide to do. Yeah. So they just have to get Char online. It's their only goal right now. If I get Jolteon, I could fight with Jolteon here. And I do. Interesting call. So I think fighting with Jolteon's a fun way to do this. We can still get Flareon online. And this just lets us only lose a point. We get the KO. It was unlikely. Wow. Talk about coin flips when you don't need them. All we needed is one there. If this doesn't become Charizard right now, we win. If it does, we have time. But not unlimited time. I get 2 shots at them, and they don't have it. Wow, they had a lot of cards. Maybe they just thought even if they had it, they were done. But yeah, they had to become Char right there. I think the retreat to Cleffa made sense. It just didn't work out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Yeehaw to you and yours.